Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, friends. In this video, we will try to understand the coding of the task management application, which we see in our previous video, and I will also try to show you the how we use the Django authentication system in this application. So let's start. First we can try to start our server. So now server is started. This is our main login page. So first I will show you the Django authentication system usage. What is the Django authentication system? Actually, it is created by Python Django. We just need to consume which things it's contained. It's contained the creation of the user groups and assigning of those group to the models for creating the CRUD applications also, and also contain the creation of a login, reset password, change password, each and everything. For example, now I forget my password. Before going this, I will show you. I will log in first. I will log in. I log in here. This is Django admin dashboard. Here are the users and groups. When we are creating the Django application, to by default these models are created, these two, group and users. This user actually, and password algorithm is Django algorithm password, which is hidden password, admin user. Here we are assigning the email, and this other all the columns, and the group we created and we assigned. For example, this group we can assign anything, permissions on different models. This is our application models. So now, for example, I want to change I forget password. For example, change password. I will go here. I put old password, new password. So it will change the password. And I forget password. I will show you how to recover the forget password. I forget my password, so it will ask the email address. So when we are creating sign up form, this is sign up form, we are providing the email address here, and for that email it is resetting the password. For example, my email, this is my email. I put here, I go home, I say reset password. Email, what is my email? This is login. It will send a link to reset the password if the email is correct. This look and feel and CSS still I didn't done. This is default created system by Django. Just I created the forms. I show you technical also. It is showing reset password. This message also we can change. I written here. I show you. Please here check your inbox. So we can go here. One email received using the Django backend, and we can click here. It will open the link and it will ask the password. I say new password here. Password is set. Now we can log in using our new password. Same thing, if you want to change the password, we can change here. Old password, new password, password confirmation, and this is log out. So what contain the Django authentication system which we use? Just sign up form. When user is created, the sign up, a new user will be created. Login, change password, reset password, and change password. 4. So this is actually related to the Django authentication, and also we used the adding of the group. We created one group also, and then that group we can assign different models and different operations on those models, so that user will also eligible to use only those authentications. But in this video we can just use the basic things. How reset password, I already show you. How change password, we already know. Sign up form, this is very basic thing, and login, log out. And the main thing is the task management application coding, which I already show the functionality in my previous video. So let's start. First we can log in here. I will try to finish very quickly. We already see all this thing in my previous video. This one is whole dashboard. If you didn't see that video, first you can watch that one and come to here. This is all task, and we are searching from here. Here searching parameters. We can update also. You can see the image of. So first I show you the coding of the task application, then I will show you the coding for Django authentication. This is a model. All models are here. Basic thing when we are creating the model in Django, so it will create us a primary key which the name is ID, which with every model. So we can also define our primary key. So this is task status, we already see in our previous. I didn't created any front end for that, for task status and task categories. I show you the Django and admin dashboard. This is task category, task status. All these status here, created, done, close, and we can also able to create our front end for this, but no need right now. This is verbose name plural, which we are using here. This name is this one. Task status I will change, so it will change here. Task categories, second model, third model task. This model contains task categories. What is the task categories? These are the task categories. We can also add any new task category. Error debugging, database backup, creation of models, change front end, new project, or anything we can add here. For example, I say so new task category added like this. We can also update or delete. These are the tasks. In our task, first field is user. First field is user. This field actually, here is the foreign key, and we are actually consuming the Django authentication system users model, which is already part of our, when we are creating new application, this model is already by default created by Django. So we are just importing Django contract auth model import user. So here we are actually calling this one user, title, description of the task, due date, status and category. Task status, here is a foreign key, and category also foreign key. Here you see here task category and task status we are calling here. And database table name task and verbose name plural task. Get absolute URL. Here actually what action will be done when we will delete the task. For example, here we have task now. When we are going to delete, what action will happen with attachment? We are saying self.attach.delete. When we are creating the task, if we are attaching the we have here one field, I show you, attachment, attach. This is file field. This field actually we can save anything. We can save, we want to save image, JSON file, text file, Excel file, Word file, any file, XML file as attachment, or error. Basically what is the requirement for this? Mostly user actually getting the error, so they are sending us the image of their error, so we can saving in our attached file. So this actually when we are saving, so we are assigning here. I show you in settings when we are creating the project. There is settings.py file. We are assigning here media URL and OAS path. So I define here. If we are using the any other cloud-based application, for example, if we are creating this if we are making so we can also use AWS, for example S3 bucket. We can here we can actually assign the AS3 bucket, which I already shown in my previous application in document management system. If you didn't see that, so you can see that, you can watch that one. Here I already shown how we can consume the S3 bucket with authentication. All the things are there. So here we can also assign that one, but normally if we can assign in normal our data, so it will all images will saving here. So if you want to delete any record, so what will happen, we can also assign here deletion from S3 bucket also, and from even in our local disk media. And this is the task model, and this is the task history. What is this task history? Actually, I created one task, then what is happening with that task, no? For example, I say here one task I created, then in second step, what will happen with that task? When we are creating the task, so it is creating another record in history. When we are updating, so it will creating the update. I show you here task history. I created one task in process, then after finishing it is showing 28 June it is created in process, and 4 July done. Error in Oracle Apex app 291 page 3. So this task history model is the replica of the task. So these are the model, and this is the view. First I will show you only tasks application. This is our dashboard. It contains this one form, task filter form. This filter form actually is imported from forms.py. Task filter form. This is forms.form. This is not a model form, just normal form without database. Here actually we are just assigning required is equal to false in our HTML for Django template, and just few formatting using the bootstrap. And this is one choice field, task status dot object or all values ID and status. So, and here we are using actually queue object. Actually, what is a queue object? It is a powerful function of Django ORM it is using for uh, equivalent. If you are familiar with SQL, na? So it is actually using for different operations, like we say the value is in, I contain win in, or we can also any other start with q means, for example, you can do this operation title contain, I contain is equal to title, which is plus, or if we are using the concate, it means or description contain, description, and user is equal to current user, and status is equal to status. This is status. So these three input we are taking from user: status, title, description. Here title, description, state. If we say we need all done, only one it will come. If we say in process, one will show. Created 2 records, or any other thing we can put here, it will bring. I also need to create here blank or all. If this is all, then bring all the one. Like this. Even we can add more parameters also here, or we can create only one field and we can find all the field. For example, instead of this 3, we can create only one field, and we can say this field contains this one, this one, this one. So Q is actually using for, I will show you here also documentation. A Q object is an object to encapsulate a collection of keyword argument. These keyword arguments are specified as a lookup field. For example, like from Django object, Q question start with keyword. Q object can be combined using n% or and this character, what we are saying, I forget. When an operator is used on 2 Q objects, it contains a new Q object. For example, Q question start with who, question start with what. So what is the query? Select static from any database table name where query like who or what. Same like other things, you can see the documentation, all things are here. Then if it is valid, form is valid and clean data is provided, then filter this query data, and in context data return the form with data. So this data is downside is showing here all, which contain the full object of that task. It is from which we are here taking task history, not from tasks. And if user is not authenticated, if method is not post, so just populate new form, populate all fields, all records of current user, requested.user, request.user, which is login user, which is Django authenticated user, and return to this HTML page. and context data is form data, form and data. This is very simple thing, dashboard. The second thing is actually add task. If you want to assign a new task, so this field, I already shown you the file field. This file field, this title, description, status, all status are showing here, all categories are showing here. So where is the add task? Add task. This add task actually based on the create view. Create view. Class. This is class based view actually. We are assigning the model success URL where it will go after finishing the task, creating the record, form which we created in our forms.py file as add task. In this is model form, add task, this one, add task form, description, and here we are actually providing all the CSS, HTML and other all the for example validations we can also provide here in clean field or clean. Get context data, actually it is for providing, we are returning here our query, this downside, this one, context data. If you want to using the create view or update view or delete view or any other, there are different methods we can also call. So this method actually get context data is actually we want to retrieve some data using the ORM, Django ORM in our front end. So we are creating here one keyword or object list. We can change it also from task also. We have to task history I have to use. Okay, no problem. Task we can use here. Task, because this actually on this form based. Task dot object dot filter user request current user order by ID. We can say minus ID, so it will descending. I will put the minus ID and get initial. What is the initial value of user request? Self dot request dot current user and it is status. Status actually here is a primary key. I say here none also, but here actually when we are creating the by default it is coming status 1. If I will say none, what will happen? We can check here, blank. All status which created we created. So every status has one ID 1 2 3 4 5 in process by default value. And forms dot validation, when we are going to create new task, by default it will create in the task model, but I am saying when you are going to save in task you can also make the history, change the history table. So what it is doing, it is going form validation. In form validation done the default things, and after and additional you can also, we are saying additional also you can save task history object create title is equal to title, all the things in form validation clean data you can save and also done the save and then return to the success URL. And change also doing same thing. And change actually For updating, there is already a Django view for updating, so we are saying update view and do perform the same actions. For example, if I want to update this record, I say here page number or I say date, so I will change the date here. What is the date now for this one? So date will be changed. June now it is showing. Like we can change here all the things, and delete is simple. For example, this is delete button. I want to delete. It is asking, it is going to delete confirmation template page, and then it is deleting. So forms we already defined. Add task here, change task, and for this status and for categories in front end I didn't create it, but I can also create it. It's not a big thing. And this is the forms.py file, and this is all the template. We can also change the template. So up to here I am going to finish this video. Thank you very much. So maybe I will feel that I have to provide Django authentication details, so I will provide you there. Thank you very much.